I'm Bailey Pretty, and today we are going to be finding partial products using base 10 blocks, as well as showing you what the area model is. So for my example today, I'm going to be using 23 times 16. Now we look at this and we already see they're both higher than 10, so how are we going to be able to do this simply? But actually, using base 10 blocks, it actually is fairly simple. So to start out, I'm going to at least show you how we're going to be getting our answer. So since we have 23, I would put that at the very top. So we have two base 10 blocks to get 10, 20, and then our 3 units to get 23. And then for 16, I'm going to put an additional 10 on the side, as well as 6 units. So we'll have 10 and then 6 to get 16 again. Alright, now that we've made this, we see how we have all this empty space here. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be filling up that space, and by doing that is also how we're going to find our answer. So since we have a 10 by 10 already, we're going to already know that we're going to need a flat, which is 100. And having another 10 by 10, we're going to be using a million. Alright. Next, to make the 23, since we have 10 along this side, but we only have 1 unit, I know that I can't be using another one of these 10 by 10 blocks. So I'm going to be using 1 long to fill this in, 2 longs, and 3 longs. And now we can see that we filled up this entire side, and we no longer need to add any more additional blocks. Now to our 16, I'm going to be doing the same thing as I did with the 23. So we have 10 here, and then 1 unit. So we'll have 10 as 1 long, 2 long, 3 long, 4 long, 5 longs, and 6 longs. And with the 10 times 6, we're going to have 60 here, just as here we had the 3 times 10 to get our 30. And now we just have this space right here that we'll have to fill in. And again, since we only have 1 unit here, but it's 110, we're going to be doing the same exact thing. So we'll be adding 6 more longs to this part. And 1 more. And then since we already can see that I have 6 units going this way and 3 units going this way, we already know that this does not make a long. So what we will be doing instead is using the rest of the space and fill it with units. Now, we may have a lot of units and a lot of longs, but it is honestly fairly simple once you have it all distributed correctly. And that is how we are able to make our answer. And then what I'll do is since I just used this to at least show you how this was 16 and how this is 23, I'm going to take these away. So then what we end up having is we have 10 by 10, which is 100, another 10 by 10, getting 200. We have 3 longs this way, which is 30. 10 by 6, which is 60, and then we have another one of those, so we're going to have get 120 from that. And then as we can see here, since we have no longs and we had to use units instead, we will be doing 3 units times 6 units to get 18. Now to show this with our partial products, I'll write it out as we normally would, and using partial products. So first off, I'm going to use the place value of 10 and times, which is 20 of course in this place, and times that by 6, which will get us to 120. Next, I will do the place value of 10 and then times that by 3, in which we get 30. Along with that, I will do the place value of 20 and the place value of 10 and multiply those two together to get 200. And then last but not least, in the ones place, which was also our units, do 3 times 6, in which we get 18. And if we add all of those together, so in our ones place we have 8, in our tenths place we have 6, and in our hundreds place we have 3. So our total that we're going to get today is 368. And to show you how we also got this in here, so from our 120 that we got at first, which was the 20 times 6, so since we had 2 10s making our 20, as well as our 6 units, we can already do 20 times 6, which would be this area right here. So we have 20 times 6 down. And then next, with our 10 times 30, this is where we add our 3 units over here. And since those are longs, we can already see that we have our 3 units times 10, so that'll be our 30. And where we get our 20 times 10, of course, is just with our flats that we have. So 10, 10 to make 20, and then our 10 along here, and times it, multiplying those together, we get 200. And then last but not least, our 3 units times 6 units, we get 18. Now, if we don't want to do it this way using the base 10 blocks, or we don't have those available to us, we can also use the area model, which is fairly helpful. I'll use another page actually to display that to you. So, alright, we'll say we have 23 on top and 16 on bottom. Alright, so we have 23 this way, and then we will be adding 6 to the side, so then we can have 16. And 6. And we'll be doing that again on this side, since we do need to fill it in, of course. And then we will be filling in the last part with our units. Alright, so what we can show at least here, just as if we look and compare, they're practically the same thing. So if we're going to be showing how we got the answer in our area model, just as we did before, so we did our 20 times 6, getting 120. Our 10 times 3, getting 30. Our 20 times 10 to get 200. And our 6 times 3 to get 18. Getting our answer of 368 once again. And then just showing this here, so we can already see that these are hundreds, these are flats. And then along this side, so we have 3 units. And along here, we have 10, and which is where we got our 30. And from these two here, with our 10 by 10 blocks, having 2 of those, we have our 200. And then as this is a 10 as well, and this is our 6 units, and we know these are 10s, doing our 6 times 20, which if we add those two together, is how we get our 120. And then lastly, doing our 6 units by 3 units at the very end is how we got our 18. And if we look at our problem right here, we can see that all of the partial products that we got are also showed in our area model. And that's how we clarified that the answer is 368.